Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we want to begin tonight with another shooting at Castleton Square Mall. The second one we've seen this year. Today's shooting closed down the mall.
Logan Gay has been following this story since it broke this afternoon. She spoke to workers who say they are not going to let this situation scare them from the mall.
It was a scary situation here at Castleton Square on Friday afternoon.
We're probably going to have to start from one side of the mall and start clearing stores.
Someone opened fire inside the mall, injuring a male.
Noticed in the runs that people were hiding inside different stores.
Latif Muhammad works at a mall kiosk and says although he didn't hear the gunshots, he saw the reaction.
Then people leaving more hectically, which indicated that something happened. It was strange, then some screams, then people leaving, people closing up shops.
IMPD says mall workers provided the victim first aid until officers arrived. Then he was taken to the hospital. Police closed the mall for the rest of the day while they investigated.
It's very tragic because it's a nice day and a happy mood at the mall, and something like that just interrupted.
Isaac Roque was in the middle of tattooing a client in his tattoo shop inside the mall when the shooting started. He and his colleagues left out of the back door. He says actions like this hurt the mall's family-friendly environment.
It definitely kind of sucks because, you know, the demographic of the mall is like completely different. It's like all different kinds of people. So when people bring their problems here, it kind of makes the mall look a lot worse than what it is.
This is the second shooting at Castleton Square Mall in as many months. Roque says no matter where you are, it's always best to stay aware.
Stay as safe as you can, you know, protect yourself at all times if you can. And just make sure you keep your eyes out, you know, stay cautious.
And while police may have closed the mall early, both Roque and Muhammad say they're not going to let Friday's events keep them from coming in Saturday.
So we know that one person was wounded. Any idea who opened fire today?
Well, Scott, right now they're not calling the shooter a suspect.
Okay.
So what we know is they instead said they are talking to a person of interest, and they also said there were multiple people involved in the incident and are working to find out and talk to them as well.
All right, Logan, thanks so much.
And as our Rachel Krause explains, this is far from the first time that there have been issues at Castleton Square Mall. Over the years, you're saying police have responded to more.
Yeah, they've responded to shootings and even fights there. Just last month, a shooting left a teenager dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mall is now closed. You need to leave.
This is video from January 2015. A massive fight broke out inside Castleton Square Mall, reportedly involving hundreds of people. That fight inside ending in gunfire outside the mall. No one was hurt. More than a year later, just after Christmas in 2016, police arrested 7 teens after 2 fights broke out inside the mall. No one was hurt in that case either. And in June of 2020, police in the area heard shots fired near one of the mall entrances. They found a man who'd been shot. He later died. A year later, in July of 2021, one person was shot and injured inside the mall. And earlier this year, just 1 month ago, 16-year-old Michael Mason Jr. died after a shooting that happened outside the mall. A man was also injured in the shooting. The victim's family said it started when Mason mistakenly reached for the door handle of the wrong car in the parking lot. A person inside that car opened fire. A special prosecutor has been assigned in that case, telling 13 News he's actively working with police to complete the investigation, including determining if criminal charges should be filed. Now, following Friday afternoon shooting inside the mall, IMPD says they are taking this latest incident and security overall very seriously.
Absolutely serious as possible. The mall has been very inviting to our officers. They have an extremely inviting staff and security. They're continuously working with our officers as well too. There will be a high police presence throughout the evening as well, throughout the weekend as well.
IMPD says with this shooting, they'll be out at the mall for some time, working to piece together what occurred. Rachel Krause, 13 News.
Now, we've seen 2 other mall shootings this week across the country. One person was killed, 3 others injured in a shooting Wednesday. This one in El Paso, Texas. 2 people have been arrested there. Police do not believe the fight was gang-related. Then last night, 2 people were shot at a mall in Memphis, Tennessee. That mall had to be evacuated. A 3rd person was treated for a medical issue. Police believe this shooting started as a fight. 1 man was detained. And our coverage of these stories will continue online. You'll be able to find any developments just as soon as we get them on WTHR.com.